Hello and welcome back to Concert Critiques in Cars with Emily. Tonight's concert was AJR at the Fillmore Silver Spring. Getting there, I've been here many times before. I have a specific parking garage, which I love. It wasn't too crowded because it was a Thursday night, which was nice. I had to work until 6:30 and 2 days before the show, or 3 days before the show, I get an email and a phone call that told me that doors were being moved up and the concert was starting instead of at 8 at 7:15. So that was a little nerve-wracking, but I made it on time. I actually even stopped to get some Jimmy John's for dinner, which was a nice surprise. I wasn't really planning on having that time, but I did listen to the opening bands and I knew that if I missed even a little bit of it, I wouldn't have been too upset, but we'll get into that. So anyway, saw AJR. Their big hit right now is Sober Up. Also, my favorite is Weak, and Burn the House Down is their new one. Very good songs. Alright, anyway. So the first opener was 100 Handed, and they were good. They were dancey, and a lot of their songs were easy to follow and really crowd pleasing, and they were very good, very energetic, jumping around the stage. Overall, had a good time, and when I listened to them on YouTube, I had thought that I would like them a little bit more than the second act, but they were great, so I had a really good time with them. Not gonna maybe check them out anytime soon, but definitely enjoyed that I got to see them, and again, they were crowd pleasers, so got to like jump up and down a little bit for an opener, so that was really good. So the second opener was Max, and when I had Google or YouTube to his videos, some of them I really enjoyed, others I was like, but it was great. This guy comes out in this yellow, sparkly, fringe jacket with like matching shoes and it's like a Hawaiian shirt underneath. It was fantastic. So he was really entertaining. He had a DJ behind him who was awesome. They did a lot of fun things on stage, running around with each other, and the guy even came into the crowd like on the second or first song, which is kind of unheard of, but yeah, so he was really entertaining and energetic. Some of the songs were popular songs and it was basically just like switching them up, which was cool. They played one song slower and then one song they like totally changed the chorus and stuff, so they did an interesting set. But again, kind of just like the first band, not gonna really look into their music. Some of it was like a little bit too on the rappy side for me, but it was good. They were fun and definitely a good opener to get the crowd going and definitely a good time. So now let's get to the main event, AJR. So I've been looking forward to seeing them for a very long time, and this is the Click Tour, which the Click is the title of their most recent album that came out, and it has a lot of their singles on it. So I was looking forward to hearing a lot of the album, if not all of it, and I'm very pleased to say that they played the whole thing, which was awesome. They did not play in order, which was fine, and I appreciate that they didn't, because I'll explain why later, because certain songs just mean a little bit more to me, so I appreciated that they saved my favorite song for last. But yeah, so they come out and they started playing their overture, which was fine, but they didn't actually come out during the overture. It was just basically their overture on super loud, which I didn't necessarily love. I mean, I didn't hate it either, because you're like, oh my god, they're gonna play this song, oh my god, they're gonna play this song, so it was like exciting to kind of preview what you were gonna hear. But maybe if they had come out during that or done something a little bit different, I don't know what would have made it better. I don't know, maybe not play it at all. I'm not really sure what I didn't like about it, but I definitely, you know, the crowd's like getting so excited and they're cheering and then there's no one on stage. So that was like a little bit strange to me. But once they came out, it was awesome. They played like a really good like upbeat song, and they played a couple older ones that I had known because I had just basically put their name in on YouTube and it just played all their songs. So it was really great. They played every song I kind of knew or really knew, which is exciting for me, and I love knowing songs at a concert, so it was really great. It was a lot of fun. Their song choices were awesome. They eventually played every song on the album, which I totally 100% appreciate, and they did more than just play though, right? So it's kind of weird to say that because you go to a show to see music played, but they kind of had like an interactive set basically. So for example, one of the things was they talked about how they produce their music. So, you know, they showed us the bass, the kick drum, and then the Tom. I'm terrible. Then the snare and the hi-hat, and then they talked about how they can like manipulate it and make it an octave higher or make it like distorted or something like that. So it was cool. It definitely took like a little bit of time out to kind of break it down for us, and they talked a lot about how they started and like the fact that they were from New York, represent New York, and how they just like kind of, you know, got told that their music was okay, but it was weird, and like that they should kind of just, you know, get real jobs, and they didn't, and they stuck with it, and now we're on stage at a sold out show. So I mean, definitely a cool, genuine feel to it. When they would stop and talk, it wasn't rehearsed, or at least rehearsed sounding, so it was like definitely genuine, and they seemed like really cool guys. At one point they stopped the whole show to look at the crowd. They were like, we kind of haven't seen the crowd today, so they just kind of looked at people who had hats on, or I mean, the lead singer does wear a hat, so he's like known for that style of hat. So 2 people in the crowd had a similar style hat, so he asked them to like pass the hat up and like hand it around. So that's cool to say like, oh my god, they touched my hat. It's pretty sweet. I did not have one, just so you know. I mean, I do have that style, but I didn't bring it. I should have. That would have been so smart. But I was in the balcony anyways, so I wouldn't have been able to wear it, or he wouldn't have taken it from me. I could have worn it, he just wouldn't have been able to take it from me. Anyway, so that was cool. Like they just stopped the show to talk about stuff, and they had this the light show behind them. They took time to actually stop and be like, we like haven't really done anything with the lights yet, so let's like do that. And they kind of just like didn't really play an actual song, they just had music to it, and he was like controlling the lights with his hand, which was awesome. Like just random little things that made it feel more like a show than a concert, which is sometimes good, sometimes it can be bad, but they definitely did a good job. They did end up singing happy birthday to like people in the crowd that I was a little bit bored with, but other than that, I mean, it was definitely entertaining. And again, you like learn so much about these bands, and then when they get like, even, I mean, AJR is pretty big right now, so, well, at least in my world, you just like know about them. You're like, oh yeah, I remember that story, and they told us the story. It was really great. So yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed the show. I think they did a fantastic job, and the song that they played last after they went off stage and they came back for the encore was their most popular song, at least according to YouTube, Weak. And one of my middle schoolers knows that song, and he started playing it in my office one day, and I was like, oh my god, I totally know this song. So Tyson 8509 goes out to you. And it was just awesome to like be in that moment and just enjoying that song so much. Also, Max totally does the lights down low. I don't know if I mentioned this already, but it was pretty fantastic. Everyone had their cell phones on, and I love that song. Turns out he proposed to his current wife with that song, so like that's super awesome. He wrote a song for his, at the time, girlfriend, and now they're married, so that's pretty cool. So now I feel like every time I hear that song, I'll always think that like, oh my god, I saw that. So yeah, it was pretty sweet. Going to give this overall concert, this is a tough one, because I had a really great time with AJR, and I mean, Lights Down Low was awesome when Max played it, and the opener was pretty good, but they still like, I mean, if I had got to choose different openers, it would have been a 10, but I can't give the show a 10, it's just too high. But then I feel like, alright, I think I'm going to give this show officially in 8.5. The rating for the show is an 8.5. Super fantastic. It's hard to have this much fun at a show that I had tonight, knowing every song and just being able to like totally rock out. It was amazing and awesome. They did a great job with everything that was in between, entertaining the crowd, doing different things, which was awesome and definitely not seen often, so I appreciated that. But again, I didn't really know the openers, and even like the songs that I got into, I need to check them out when I get home worthy, so I think I'm gonna give this one a solid 8.5. But fantastic show. Definitely, if you can check out AJR, check them out. They are fantastic, and they're all brothers, which makes it like so cool, and the fact that they produced the whole album in their living room makes it even cooler. So definitely check them out. Good songs. There's also a song about The Office, which is now currently on Comedy Central all the time, and I love The Office, so they played that, and I just like, oh, it was just very good show. And the fact that I got to see Week and that it's like not only sentimental to me, but it's just an overall good song. It was a really good show. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the review. Thank you for watching. Please feel free to comment, like, subscribe, whatever. If you know of a good show coming up, let me know, and I'd be happy to check it out if I can, of course. Anyway, bye, and I'll see you guys next time.